As one good source told me recently, there's one thing that Meghan Markle is simply good at, and that's negotiating, making sure to spot the signs of weakness in people in order to make sure that she can get her own way. We've seen that many times, haven't we? Whichever way you look at it. And I have to say this, Meghan is no slouch. She's managed to climb herself to a certain rise, at least within the acting fraternity. Not great, obviously, as a cable TV actress. Suits, that little watch TV series that was broadcast over here on a tiny channel, was her biggest success. Bit parts and everything else followed, but not really to the great acclaim that she was looking for. Hence the reason when she came over here to the United Kingdom to find a British boyfriend, she couldn't believe jackpot when she met the minor royal that was Prince Harry, albeit though at that point the most popular member of the British monarchy, and at points in polls even superseding our late and beautiful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. But as I said, there's one thing that Meghan's good at, and that is really smelling fear. And fear in people, the way to push forward, the way to make sure that you get your point across, and more importantly, win the argument time after time. So it's interesting to note, isn't it, that it was her advice, and as ever we have to say allegedly, that makes sure that Prince Harry, in his recent media tour, adheres to the script that she's clearly set out. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, and as ever, nice to have your company today. Remember we told you a while back, didn't we now, how Meghan Markle on her last visit here to the United Kingdom for the Platinum Jubilee was very keen to engineer a private one-to-one meeting with the then, of course, Prince of Wales. And obviously, you could understand the reasons behind that. She felt she could iron out some kind of deal, what, of course, his youngest son had failed to do so far. She was still very keen to capitalise on her association with the British monarchy and felt that Charles, who had been kind of gracious enough to walk her down the aisle on that wedding day, the spectacle as she called it, of course, all the while slamming in the Archbishop of Canterbury as well by claiming that he'd performed a secret wedding, and then, without any guile at all, basically claimed, well, that's still the story. One of them is lying. Which one do you believe, the head of the Church of England or a former B-list actress? Make your own mind up there. But as I say, what was interesting was she was hoping to attain that particular private one-to-one. Very sagely, as ever, we have to thank Camilla for making sure that that didn't actually come to fruition. However, what we have to note here is that her latest outburst, and particularly by her husband, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has already been, according to a very close source, and as ever, allegedly engineered by Meghan. She apparently can sense the fact that Prince Charles, having met him at great and close quarters, knows that he's not the sort of person that wants to get into any fight. Everybody knows that. But Meghan herself knows that it's all about popularity. She's lived in a world of, as I say, low-key acting, and it's all about pushing forward. Make sure you're seen, your name is the top of the bill. And so by Harry basically threatening to write another book, that really is the first gauntlet down. But as Meghan apparently has told a very close source, all of this could have been averted if the prince, as he then was, Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, had agreed to have a sit down at that Platinum Jubilee meet. But seemingly he was too busy. So seemingly now the first hand grenade from that non-meeting seems set. Will she push through with it? Well, the bottom line is this, when you look at the bigger story, it's all very well Prince Harry claiming it's all about him and he's seeking a reconciliation and he wants an apology for his wife. But really, he's not that bright or intelligent. And the bottom line is he seemed very happy with his life prior to his wedding. We can openly say that now. So something's gone wrong. But something, as ever, could be the fact that Meghan Markle is now instructing him to make sure that he gets his just desserts. But as ever, more importantly, it has to be her. And as I said at the start of this video, if there's one thing that Meghan's good at, it's literally smelling the case of fear. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.